Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm doing a collective reading for Leo. For all my Leos who find themselves on the twin flame journey, this is a specific look into your twin flame journey and to see what's happening for you in the month of August. Okay, so if you are not a twin flame, if you don't find yourself on that journey, or if you don't know whether you are or not, but you feel drawn to this reading, trust your intuition and see, perhaps there's something in here for you. But I am specifically channeling my twin flame. So the twin flame journey is a spiritual awakening. Okay. And it is a journey that takes place between two divine counterparts. You are one soul, you have two minds and two bodies that have incarnated in this 3D reality. And often, one of the stages on the twin flame journey is that there is separation. It is incredibly intense. It is to support, to activate your spiritual awakening. And so that is what this is about. So we are going to take a look at what's happening for you with your person during the month of August. What is happening specifically with the DM in relation to the divine feminine, because it is mainly the divine feminines that would be watching these videos anyway, searching for answers, wanting clarity. And then we're looking at what's happening in your dynamic and what you should or should not know, if there's anything you should be aware of. To those of you who are new to my channel, I'm High Priestess Elif. I am a no tools medium, intuitive reader. So I channel most of my reading. This means that from the time I start the recording until I finish, I am channeling, I am bringing you messages from Spirit Guide, my guides, my keepers, your guides and keepers. They know who of you need to come here to receive messages. They know what it is you need to hear, and I am channeling that for you. Nothing that I say is my personal opinion or perspective into your situation. I don't know who's going to be led here. So I always ask that you settle into your intuition, take a few deep breaths, center yourself, ask your guides and keepers to guide you through this reading, to help you to know and recognize if it is for you or not, to help you to recognize which messages are meant for you so that they resonate without a doubt. And if you find that something doesn't make sense to you or it doesn't fit, don't try and make it fit. Don't try and figure it out. It's not for you. Let it go. Okay? We are all at different stages on our journey, and so we have different understanding into our situation, into life, into the spiritual journey, because we are at different places in our process. And that's okay. There is no right or wrong here. If you do find that something does really stir inside you, it might make you feel uncomfortable, but it really stirs inside you, it keeps coming up, then perhaps there's something there that a truth that you need to connect with so that you can be set free in your situation, so that you can be set free from self-imposed bondage, because very often that is what we are most challenged with. Okay, the twin flame journey is about it's about melting away, releasing the ego constructs. So it's not going to make sense to everybody. It's not going to make sense to you if you are not going through a spiritual awakening. It is absolutely going to make sense if you are. It's going to resonate if you are. Okay. I start all of my readings with a meditation. I open a channel for remote healing for my subscribers. So to those of you who've taken the time to subscribe, thank you so much. You've opened yourself up to receive that. But also you make it possible for other people who need to receive these messages to have access to them. We are all in this together. We are growing, we are learning, we are expanding, not only for self, for the collective. So we are doing this for one another. And nothing that you've been experiencing, you've been going through alone. That's why in these collective readings, so many people resonate. You feel like you're alone in your situation, but you really aren't. Okay. The archangels in the north, south, east, and west have their sacred flame burning. You have entered a sacred space. Okay. And to those of you who've taken the time to like and to comment, I read all of your comments and it is incredibly kind. I enjoy the energy exchange. I love seeing where you guys are at, and it's really nice for me to see that so many of you resonate with the messages. It confirms and it validates that what I am doing is in fact what I'm meant to be doing, in opening myself up to share these channeled messages with you to help you wherever you find yourself at the current moment in time. Okay, so for my Leo collective on a twin flame journey, we are taking a look at what's happening with your person and with you as a divine connection and a divine being, because you are one soul during the month of August. Okay, so the divine masculine, I'm seeing that there has been a loss. There has been a loss that they've been dealing with, and this has really put them in a place where they've been wide open to gaining different perspective and seeing things slightly different. Either the loss of a loved one, physical loss where they've passed from this 3D reality into the, into becoming source, into becoming consciousness once again. So physical death or the loss of a relationship that they consider to be quite significant. What Spirit is saying, that for many of you, this loss is that they've decided to let go of someone else that they considered to be quite significant in their life, but they had to do that because they had to choose between this relationship and the ego construct, and how they considered this relationship to be symbolic of their stability and symbolic of their security, and that's what they're grieving, but they needed to let it go so that they can come towards you. And so your person is making their way and preparing themselves to come towards you with this truth, letting you know that they've made this decision and that they're ready to come towards you. Many of you, they've already done that, and for those of you who haven't, or they've already started to, you can see that they're starting to come towards you. But for most of you, this will be during the month of August. Some of you have a child together. And for some of you, you've known one another since you were kids. There has been this entire period has been about transitioning and processing how you, the identification of self with your reality around you, with their reality around them, associated with childlike beliefs about who you are, reality, relationships that you've adopted in childhood based on traumas that needed to be processed, and that has brought your person and you to a place of deeper understanding, and understanding the value that those experiences have actually had in contributing to who you are now and who you've become. I'm seeing that your person's taking a closer look, and they have been really taking a closer look at who you are in their lives and who you are to them. They're seeing you differently. They're seeing that they've missed certain things previously, that there were certain aspects that they completely overlooked and they missed because they were blind, and they're realizing how blind they've been. Okay, thank you, Spirit. What is happening for Leo, for my Leo collective, who find themselves on a twin flame journey? What is happening for them and their divine counterpart during the month of August? Okay, let's take a look. Okay, so victory. That's nice. Victory, and Spirit is saying that your person always knew that they'd figure things out, that the time would come and it was only a matter of time. I'm seeing that your person, this divine masculine, has really come into complete clarity, into fullness, into a full sense of knowing. And they are communicating it, and they're ready to communicate it with you. In the past, there are cycles that needed to be closed, and this is where the rift between you have come in, because it was not happening in the way that you believed it should, and your person had a different perspective on how it was supposed to be happening. There has been your communication has been limited to email, text, social media, but that energy is moving out into the past. And there's been this feeling that there's been this space between you guys, and that gap is starting to close. You're sensing it in your energy, and so is your person. This divine masculine is moving away from a burdensome situation. And they are becoming very, very, there is this feeling, this sense of taking action, feeling inspired to do certain things, even though they're not sure whether or not they should just, it's as if they're feeling that maybe they're a bit impulsive, but they're really feeling a strong urge to take action towards you. And you are wondering if you can take them seriously, because they've done this before, where they take action and you've seen that they have not actually carried through or seen it through. This doubt based on fear creates a hindrance here for you guys. Your strength, your strength here in this dynamic is that justice is a given. Everything's going to work out well. And if you can just trust them more, if you can just trust in the knowing that this is a divine connection, and that you don't have to worry about what's going to be. You don't have to worry about whether or not things are going to be okay. You guys are growing, and despite how things seem in the 3D, everything is contributing to the greater picture and to your expansion. So you don't have to nitpick and focus on the 3D stuff so much and make that and identify with it so much and make that your reality, because you're desperate to protect yourself. If you understand that this is a divine connection, then there is no need for you to protect yourself. You don't need to guard yourself from anything, because Source has your back. And reminding yourself of that constantly is really what's going to move you forward here. I do see that there's been a cycle of you going back and forth in this dynamic, and that is what both of you are worried about. Is it just a repeat? And the more that you ask that question, and the more that you lean towards believing that maybe this is just a repeat of the cycle, the more that's what you both attract. But that's not what's happening here. I don't see that happening here, and that's why it's sort of standing still. As I said, your person's coming in with communication. And where they felt stuck before, the reason why they haven't moved from where they were to come towards you completely before is because they felt that they couldn't, they felt stuck. And they realized that that was an illusion. They were not stuck. They were not stuck. They realized that it's so easy for them to just move. But they only realized that recently. And they're coming in to communicate that with you. Thank you, Spirit. Give me another one on this. Yeah, moving away from a burdensome situation. It's taken them a really long time, but they know that you are their wish fulfillment. They're coming towards you to feel that sense of completion. They feel that you are that one missing piece. And they know that you are their wish fulfillment. That you are, in fact, the person that they can have all that their hearts desired with. Where before they doubted it, they wondered if maybe it was a delusion or if they just put you on a pedestal. This person that they've resisted letting go of is someone that they consider to be, the relationship has been very valuable, and it's really been more, they've really considered the person more of a friend. So even if this is someone that they were married to, or in a committed relationship with, they've identified with the relationship as being more friendship than it being romantic. And they're done doing this yo-yoing. They're done doing the back and forth. They're ready to come towards you and be happy, because they know, your person knows that their happiness is with you. For some of you, you guys were living at a distance, and there's been distance of some sort, and they're closing that gap. Thank you, Spirit. Give me one more on this Nine of Wands. Yeah. It's been really difficult for them. And this break, this separation has been important, because it's helped them to realize that they didn't need to hold on to these burdens for as long as they have. There's been a dark night of the soul. They've been depressed. They've been sad. They've not been able to sleep thinking about you and trying to figure out what's going to give you. What is it that they're supposed to do? And there is, Spirit is saying, there is a risk that you guys stay in that position, in your heads, stuck, even though things are supposed to progress and move forward easily, just because of fear and because of doubt. Yeah. Someone needs to get out of their head, yeah. Someone needs to get out of their head. And Spirit is saying, for many of you, it's you. You don't realize that you hold this connection at a pause, because it is a soul connection, and you are processing so much of it, and you are identifying with it so much through your ego, through your mind, because you feel that you need to be rational and sensible about this. And there's a lot about it that you are not seeing for what it really is, because you are looking at it through your mind's eye, your ego, and you need to start looking at it completely through your soul, your intuition. This is a soul connection. It's not going to make sense from the ego's perspective. So there is, even though this person, there is nothing holding them back from coming towards you, except that the energy is still too much, your energy. And remember, you are one. So what's happening with you energetically is what's going to show up with them in the 3D reality. And you are still too much in your ego about this. Things have changed, but you are still too much in your ego about this. So you're still very much identifying with it based on what has been. Okay, so Leo, that is, you can create a major shift by just moving out of the ego and into the soul self more with this connection and with the work that you are doing. Okay, so that is your reading for the month of August. I wish you guys well. Do what is best for you. You know where you are. If you found that this message resonates with you, don't forget to comment. And for those of you who have given me a thumbs up and who have subscribed, thank you so much. If you're interested in a personal, because you'd like, this is a general, so if you'd like some personal insight into your situation and you'd like guidance into knowing and understanding how you can move things forward faster, or just, progress in whichever way you need to. You're welcome to contact me. My email is in the description box below. Love yourself. Don't forget that you are doing a great job. Every step forward is a step in the right direction. You deserve to be happy. You just need to align yourself with letting it in. Often we are the ones that stand in our own way. It's easy for the ego to make it about the other person and to project, but the only way we move forward is when we take responsibility and accept that I'm a part of this and I have more control and power into the situation than I think. So if things are going wrong, it means I'm doing something that is not contributing positively to my experience. Love and light to you guys, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye now.